Good evening, everybody. We're live tonight here with Tyler Berry and David Cook Jr., two other newcomers to the class. Don't mind David. He's driving home from Chris Nelson shop, so he's a little dark because he's in a vehicle. Tyler, why don't you give us a little background about yourself? Let me get started with you.
Yeah, so I'm based out of Northern Virginia. Um, I buy and sell classic cars for a living, and jumping into this Pro 632 deal with Meade Baldwin. Um, been watching it for a while. He's been wanting me to kind of jump into it. Just been kind of busy the last couple years with show cars and running around all over the country. So we got a little bit of time, and usually the car show season kind of overlaps, and this year we're going to be able to run all the full schedule. So
Now, have you raced before this?
yeah, I had a couple bottom 4.0 bracket dragsters and NHRA legal stock and super stock cars. Currently got a NHRA legal stock Mustang, and then a couple all steel, all glass cars. So
Now, you going to be able to make the whole season, or are you partial to the season?
what was that? I'm sorry.
Are you going to be able to make the whole season, or are you partial?
Yeah, as of right now, we plan on running the full season.
Okay. All right. Hey, so David, you want to introduce yourself and give us a little bit of background?
Yes, sir. My name is David Cook Jr. I'm from New Bern, North Carolina. I'm racing the GTO Pontiac. Racing my dad owns the car. I raced a little bit of junior drag shows when I was younger. I stopped at probably the age of 12. Started playing sports in school and stuff. Didn't really have time for it. And now me and my dad were looking for a car to buy, and we came across this. The previous owner, Chris Fordoff, gave my dad a really good deal and put us in racing. And I'm just excited to get it started.
Well, you got a big pair of shoes to fill behind Walter Lanigan in that car.
I do, and he and Walter's taught me a lot, and I couldn't have done it without him. He came to Orlando with us the first test session we had, and he showed me the ropes, and I want to make him proud.
He's a very good teacher, very good at
Yes,
all.
sir.
So, Tyler, what attracted to you to 632?
Um, well, me been running for a while with Brian Klaus and Andy House and a few other guys. But it's just a really cool class. Kind of, it's for the average guy, I think could jump into it. You don't have to have the best of the best. And don't have to have the pocketbook. For like Pro Nitrous or Pro Boost.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, I was when I first looked at it, building Kent's car at Chassis Engineering, and they were moving around. It was at West Palm as just a chassis. Then it showed up with a chassis with a body on it, and kind of got interested in like, what about the 632 stuff? And I'm like, all right, I'll use it as a stepping stone. I want to go Pro Nitrous, and reality sets in. It's like, how much work do I got to do? How much money is this going to cost? I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'll stay right here for now. For the moment, I'll stay with 632. David, what attracted you to 632?
I mean, I like the heads up. And it's, uh,
We're going to lose him. He's driving, so we're losing him. So you plan on doing the whole race season too?
right now, that's the plan through the whole season. Yes, sir.
There's a lot of things with the class that's attracting to come over. Obviously, this is something new that we're trying on our own. The podcast and all the promotional stuff that we do on Facebook between me, Patrick, and Chris. And obviously, we always try to get you guys to help out with post your own shit. And Tyler, have you done the sent the picture of the car and your background over to to
I
Patrick.
haven't.
So
Believe it or not, as much
Right.
as I'm on Facebook listing cars for sale and stuff, I kind of don't scroll through Facebook, and I just made aware of it yesterday, so
Okay.
I'll get right on that. But yeah, I'm not. I'm. It's crazy to say, but yeah, I'll get
Yeah,
right on.
we're gonna try to do something with all of that at the as we get closer to race week, where we got all your profiles and all your cars on one big loop, and we're gonna push it from there from everybody that's gonna potentially gonna race or is racing. I mean, because a lot of people always say they're gonna come and half of them don't come. You know what I mean? So over the years, we've always had big numbers in the teens saying they're gonna come along, and they never show up for whatever reason it is. You know what I mean? Financial or hardships or whatever. I mean, it is what it is. It's racing. It's not it's not a livelihood for any of us.
Yeah.
Nobody's making money doing this unless you're a paid driver. And going from there. Who's so? Go ahead. You want to say something, David?
No.
Okay. So, David, your car's obviously powered, by Chris Nelson, and there was rumors that you guys might be buying another car. Is that something that's happening?
Yeah. Right now, I don't think so. We got a good shot of maybe going for a championship, and we need all the parts we could use. And so right now, it's probably not going to happen, but you never know. I mean, we got an extra motor we were going to buy a car and put in, but I think we're just going to leave it for the car we have now in case we need to put it in.
You're shooting big when you're already talking that you're going to have a shot at the championship there, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for.
We gotta get that other car in the other lane on the side of you. That'll change you up. It gets humbling when you're testing by yourself and you're like, yeah, I'm fast.
Oh yeah.
Until like,
oh yeah, my confidence is up right now.
He pulls up on his side and he rips off an 09 when you just went 13. You go, okay, I'm shit. It's just like when we go boat, we're racing boats and we're testing the boats. It's like, man, we're hauling a mail today. We're fast because we're the only ones out there. And then all of a sudden another boat gets out. You're like, we suck. We got to go back and find some mile an hour in this thing. You know what I mean? So it's Chris commented when I was talking to him earlier on the phone. He's like, I said he went fast. He goes, yeah, but I'm more worried about how he did on the tree. And obviously, you had a couple of teens, right? You had like a 13 or 19 on the tree.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You ain't got nervous yet, right?
No.
Like, I got
You're
this.
right.
I got this. This is easy, But keep the confidence because that's what it takes. I mean, if the car keeps performing correctly and leaves and doesn't rattle a tire, doesn't rip a tire off consistently, you'll be good at it. Once it starts ripping the tire off or shaking, you get gun shy, and you're like,
yes, sir.
Get a finger off that button because I know what's going to happen. In 0.400, I'm going to be ripping tires off this thing, or I'm going to be rattling it. You know what I mean? And that's the key thing to have the car consistent. Then you'll be better at the tree all the time. And obviously, you've been making good hits at the tree.
Yeah.
I
think the car's pretty consistent. I think I just need to do my job. As long as I do my job, I think we got a good shot.
Okay. All right. That's confidence there, right, Mr. Tyler?
Oh, yeah.
What's your goal for the season?
I just want to go out and have fun. I don't really have any crazy goal. We can go a couple rounds, and I know we got the equipment to do it. So, that's kind of where I'm gonna leave it. And hopefully, it pays off.
No, I mean it's like me. I mean, I'm one of the older guys, and I haven't won one yet. I mean, I at least gotta match up to Brian. I mean, we have this little thing going between us sometimes, me and him.
Yeah, I've heard.
He won. I mean, I think he qualified. Like, Brian, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think he qualified like last, and he won the race. So he's good. He's very good at the tree, and there's a lot. They're all good. You know what I mean? The sneaky one in the class for you young guys is Mr. Hood. Even though he's NA, that guy can let go of a clutch and mess your day up. You know, but
Yeah,
he's
I just love that he shows up. Like we were talking earlier.
yeah.
You don't have to have the best of the best stuff. And you can, show someone up pretty quick. So.
Right. Man, I don't know if you guys can see the comments, but they're picking on me pretty good there, buddy.
He's an easy one to get.
To stay off the laptop. So, being a rookie, David, like, you know what I mean? What's your thoughts on everything? How nervous are you? Season coming up. What are you thinking?
I'm pretty nervous. I'm excited. The main thing is to have fun, and that's why we're out here. I know we're competitors, but at the end of the day, like I called you earlier today, asked you questions, and you answered them for me. Yeah, we're racing against each other, but we're also friends, and I'm just out there to have fun. And if I go rounds, I go rounds. It is what it is.
Yeah, I helped you out, even though you called me out first round of qualifying. That's okay.
I did.
You did. He got balls on him, Tyler.
Yeah.
He's got balls on him. I was like, what? This kid called me out. Are you kidding me? Who is this guy? And his dad's right behind him, pushing him, right? His dad's like, go get him, David.
Yeah, it was actually his idea.
I know. He's an instigator.
Well, that's the best ones when you got the dad behind you.
He's the guy that sits behind and instigates everything.
Usually my dad's behind me shaking his head. So.
Well, you guys should feel very lucky that you get your dads. You know what I mean? I would love to have mine show up, but that ain't going to happen anytime in this lifetime now. Brian Kloss qualified with a 25. He broke a lifter and had to nurse it through and ran a 28 in eliminations. That's how he won that race. You know what I mean? Listen, Brian is a killer on the tree. You know what I mean? It's like anything else. If you have the car all the time that can leave, then you'll have the confidence behind the wheel.
Yep. He's really good at that.
Yes, that's the key thing for the younger guys coming up. And there's a lot of heavy hitters. You guys will get in with Melnick and Lexi and Lexi when she's on, man, she is on. It's just like they're women. They're different than men. We get in there and we manhandle the car, manhandle the shifter, and they're just going click, put it in. I never realized it till obviously I always go back to I always go back to my boat racing stuff. My wife came to work to buy when I was working offshore. She came to buy a boat. It was a 165 mile an hour V bottom, and a canopy boat. It was a pleasure boat. And I got her in there, and we're rolling out. And I said, "Do you want to drive?" And she said, "Yeah." I snapped the steering wheel off. I give it to her. I said, "Well, just finesse it, and you'll be all right." And at that moment, I learned that women are way better drivers than men. They don't have ego. They just get in it, and she got her two hands, and she just tended to that thing, 160 miles an hour. And I'm like, all right, he just made me look stupid because it took me forever to go this fast, But women like Lexi and Amber, they have a gift. You know what I mean? They have nothing to prove, and they just finesse the thing. And you watch like Melanie's in-car camera stuff. She's very rarely jerking on that wheel. She just gives it a little bit of guide. You stop working that wheel, we're going to start scrubbing. And then you look at, not to pick on him, you look at Jeff Rudolph, and he gets in and he's got that wheel, and it's like we could have went a little bit straighter, a little bit faster. You know what I mean? So it's all about the finesse of it. And you guys, David will get it eventually. Tyler's got sounds like he's got plenty of background experience on racing. Does everybody have all their credentials and stuff and ready to go? I know David's finishing his stuff up.
I got to go get it done. We're hopefully go test here real soon. We just got up off the hub dyno about 3 weeks ago. And right now the car is pretty much fully serviced, ready to go. Just
ready to go?
Doing some stuff on the rig, just getting it ready because even though we're doing, 6-7 races, we got about 10, 12 national car shows we got to go to on top of that. And some of them or weekends prior and weekends after. So the car will be up in the trailer. We'll be leaving right from a car show going directly to a show.
So
Yeah.
Sam Friel just put this out there. Said the guys that can drive are the ones that run manual transmissions. Sam, anytime you're ready to come out with me in a boat, and we'll go run up 180, 190 miles an hour, and it has an automatic transmission with one gear in it, and we'll see how you do on the wheel. It's that simple. I don't care if you got a clutch. I don't care if you got an automatic. It doesn't matter. You still have to get the car from A to B. You still have to let go of a button, and you still have to let go of a clutch. At the end of the day, it's just not about shifting gears. You have to put that out there. Sometimes, some people should just show up and race. I'm getting a little political. I have to get off my high horse for a second because it's not what this is about. Other than that, you guys, anybody got any sponsors helping them out during the year? Tyler, did anybody helping you?
Just Meade Baldwin, Travis Mills Foundation. As some of you know, he sponsored, I think it was Virginia, and then he did a couple, things for the racers during qualifying in a couple of the big classes. But we'll have their sticker on the car, and other than that, it's me, Meade, and that's about it.
And David, I seen is your mom a sponsor now? I see on the door.
Yeah, that's my stepmom. She's Copy and Print Warehouse. They're gonna be our main sponsor, and David Cook Construction, my dad, which obviously my dad. So yes, sir.
Now, did your dad say at one time you guys had a drag strip or something?
Yeah, we had my dad had a drag strip when I was a kid, probably about 4 or 5 years old, in New Bern. We had one for a little bit. I don't remember it, but yes, sir.
Gotcha. Something real quick here. Other than that, you guys got any questions for us on how things are at 632?
What do you think about the car count? Do you think it's going to be good?
On paper, if I look at it on paper, and we do the numbers roughly. So normally we have a you figure you got the normal would be Melnick and myself. Hold on one second. Melnick, myself. You got you two guys. You have Lexi coming back, and I'm going to forget people because I'm doing this off my fingers, not off the top of my head. Lexi coming back. Then you got Brian. Obviously, he'll make it out probably by I would think the rate his car's going in paint, he'll probably be out by the third race. Mr. Hood. I know I'm forgetting people. There's supposedly the four Mopar guys. That's already 11 cars. I think potentially there's like 20 something cars total. If we can get 14, 15 a race would be a big deal for us to have that many. It'd be nice to have all 21 or 22 that we think we came up with. I think we talked about it yesterday or today. But at the end of the day, we only have 30 days left. I think it is till we go first round. So you just hope everybody shows up. That's the whole thing is we're doing this so we can have people, come and show up at the end of the day. Bring more.
It's gonna have a silver car out. Forgot about that.
Meade's got another car coming.
Yeah, he's got a steel roof quarter 69 Camaro. It was running up in the local class up here, Warriors Outlaw 10-5 deal, and good friend of his, Keaton's gonna be driving it. I think him and the car's housed at Chuck Alsh's. So
okay.
I know I brought it down. Jamie Thompson at J&J Fab put a whole new front end underneath of it. Got it a little bit lighter. So I know he just picked it up about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and they're going back together with it right now. So
And who's going to drive that car?
his name is Keaton Rosenball. I think is how you pronounce his last name. He's out of Maryland, kind of close to where Chuck Walsh is from. That runs Pro Boost.
Okay. Well, I mean, every car counts, right? And like, I know a lot of people can't make it. Like, I just did a preliminary thing for me without fuel, and it was basically PDRA entrance, one freshen up, one cylinder head gasket deal, blah 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 blah, and it wasn't even everything was even in like oil and stuff like that. I'm sponsored by Amso, so I don't pay for that stuff, and I don't pay for fuel because Procoms pays for that. And I'm at 32,000 for the year. You know, when you really think about it, it's almost $1,100 by the time you buy one test, the car, and some crew people. You spent $1,100 to get in the gate, and that's already for 7 races is $7,700. So I mean, it is, you know, it is a lot of money. You know what I mean? And not a lot of people can afford it. And I don't begrudge anybody who can't afford it, because the economy ain't what it should be, and we ain't, as business owners, because everybody here that does do this stuff, we're all business owners. We're not keeping that magic number of 30% that we all would like to keep. We're probably keeping like 18 if we're lucky on a good day, you know. So it's tough, but I mean, if we can keep the car count up in that range, we'll be better. I mean, not that many cars came to IHRA for Pro Street. They were down on. I'm not IHRA. The Winter Series for Pro Street. There wasn't that many cars, so that just tells me that them guys are tightening up. They're not showing up for the Winter Series. Obviously, we didn't get invited to the Winter Series because we don't have enough car count. Hopefully, that changes for next year. I really missed it because for me, it's only a 3-hour ride instead of being 9 hours to go to Darlington, 10 hours for Darlington. Well, I mean, there's a lot to it. I mean, hopefully that, like I said, the car count can come back up. Doug Nichols coming back. I mean, that's why we had him on last week. Troy's going to have his hands full. I think he's got 3 cars to tune. You know, that's a lot of cars. That's a lot of work. Him and Bill will be busy as hell. You know,
Yeah.
Obviously, thanks to Meade for giving you a car to run and the other car to run and helping Brian out. It's people like that they love the sport, and you know what I mean, and they just want to be in. A lot of people want to be involved. David Swallow, another one, loves to be involved, and hopefully he comes back in to 632 or Pro Nitrous or something, to PDRA, to get involved again. It's just, like I said, people like that just keep this going for us. They help out.
To go back to back to older cars and stuff that could come out and run. That silver car is kind of already at a disadvantage, being steel roof quarter car, and his back half part a little bit heavier, and it'd probably be running middle of the field, but he's showing up and gonna try to run it. So
Tim McGarry, he's coming out with that 60-something Mustang steel roof quarter car.
Yeah, I think it's cool when those guys show up.
Bravo. I mean, sore subject for some people, but Mike Fiorelli had a steel roof quarter 68 Camaro, and we don't know what he's doing this year. I mean, whatever issue he had last year, that's between him and Tech. I don't care. Some people are sore about it in the class. I benefited. He went home and I had a free first round. Don't bother me. Whatever he did. That's between him and Todd. Nobody knows the real story but him and Tech, and that's the way they left it. But other than that, I mean, like when Mr. Holdoff was like, I'm selling the car, and I'm glad David Cook bought it because the car didn't leave the class. To lose the car sucks. You know what I mean? That just sucks to lose the car in the class. I hate to see any car leave. Lexi took some time off last year because she had school. She's going to be a veterinarian doctor, and I mean, it's a lot of schooling. So she Sometimes she doesn't get to make all the races. So hopefully she makes them all. She's a good competitor, and Andy and Mrs. Tanner, they're great supporters of the PDRA. You know, touch on a note, we all read and heard about VMP being sold. We all know Tyler Crossnell is going to stay on for PDRA. A lot of people, I guess everybody else is staying on. Crystal and all them will all be there. Vinny and Jeff will still be there. So a lot of core people are staying at PDRA, which is good. We'll see how IHRA does owning VMP now, as they everything in the boat world and also in the car world. But other than that,
Have you guys made a lot of changes with the weight change?
50 pounds. David, did you take the 50 out of your car when you went testing?
Not all of it, but a lot of it, yes, sir. Because I mean, I weigh about 30 pounds more than Walt does, so we took some weight out, but there's more to be taken out though.
You weigh 30 pounds more than Walt?
I weigh about 215, and I think Walt's about 180.
You look like a skinny beanpole. How can you be 215?
But I got a little bit of muscle.
Okay. Walt's like a short, stocky guy, and I'm like, told me Walt weighed 215, and be like, all right, he's probably hating me for saying that right now. But I mean, I when you use your home scales and then you go to the racetrack, it's a different weight. It just is. Yeah. So basically, I don't mind saying this. I weighed 2580 when I came over the scales at the finals in Virginia. I went home, didn't touch anything in the car, and I was 2550. So somehow I lost 30 pounds coming south. However that was. So I just took the 30 pounds, the 50 pounds out of the 2550 and went to there. So hopefully, I'm at the right weight when I get to Darlington. But Darlington's known to have messed up scales. So we've been known to have to put weight in the car at Darlington because the scales never correctly. So hopefully with a new owner there, that stuff gets all straightened out.
Yeah, it looks like just
like 180 pounds soaking wet. David.
Sure.
You hear what I said? Troy Russell says you look 180 pounds.
No, I didn't hear you.
Troy Russell says 180 soaking
Oh,
wet.
come on now.
Yeah.
I wish.
Right. So the scales will change from place to place. Usually, like Lawton, Virginia, pretty close. Ohio would be way off. And it shows in the cars. I mean, you knock off a couple of pounds, and you do a couple of numbers. So I didn't see anything extravagant when I went and testing, but I didn't test out the back door. I just did 60-foot stuff, 330, and that was it. That's all I tested for when I was doing tires. All they care about is how fast it gets off the line and what it does. Other than that, you guys are all Hoosier guys, right?
Yep.
I think it's me and Tim and Gary, the last of the Mickey Thompson guys, unless Melnick comes back on Mickey's. I mean, he's won 2 championships on Mickey's. So I know some of my fans out there are not really happy about Mickey's on cars. But my friend Troy's going to have to learn to deal with it with Tim and Gary's car. They'll throw him from a curve because I know the difference when I run between the Hoosier and the Mickey. There is a difference, and I can see why some people like the Hoosier better. But I'm a loyal Beagle to the end. Other than that, you guys got anything else? No.
I just want to thank a few people because we wouldn't be in the position we're in right now without them. Frank Mushaw, our mechanic, of course, and Walter Lanigan. He helped me with getting adjusted to the car. And Chris Nelson, our engine guy, he's been a huge help on everything. And our tuner, Jamie Miller. So I just wanted to thank them. But that's all I got.
That's right. You got a tuner, huh? That's an advantage over me.
Yeah.
I had to
hopefully it'll help out.
So, by the way, Tyler, you see the comment that Mead said about you?
Yeah, yeah. Believe it or not, I'm right at about 205 pounds. We're gonna be going up on the scales here soon because we got to pull out some weight because we're definitely heavy. So,
Man, you
but
youngins.
I'll probably wait for that. We're gonna probably leave the car the same. Jason Harris and has been helping me with the tune up on it. Like I said 3 weeks ago, we were up on the hub dyno down at TKM Performance, and we found some horsepower and got some things straightened out that were a little messed up, and I think it's gonna run pretty good. Just hopefully the car can put the power to the ground.
And you got the Moosey motor in there, correct?
Yep, got the Moosey motor in it right now, backed by the FTI transmission. But I did send out. Mead's got a couple extra M&M Mark Mickey transmissions with different gear sets in them. So we just sent all that stuff out. Had it gone through. Everything's fresh and got a big box full of converters to go through, along with rear gear. So hopefully in the next couple weeks we're gonna go try to test some of this stuff and see what it likes.
A lot of it just becomes spare parts in the trailer.
It does. But yeah, I got plenty of that. So hopefully we can make it all the way through the end of the year with what we got in stock.
But I've been in Chris Holdorf's trailer raping parts out of a converter once. They were nice enough to let me borrow some stuff that I needed. A bearing or two and an O-ring. It's all good. I gave him a rear end to borrow in the finals. It all goes back and forth. I'm just going to give a shout out to a company that we use a lot here. Aaron Roberts at IR Design. So the last two shows, I probably had two different of these shirts that I'm wearing, and they're crew shirts. If anybody needs crew shirt stuff, Aaron is willing to give a discounted price to anybody from the PDRA. He's out of New York. He ships constantly. He's quick, fast, and basically, if you send a design of your car, he'll take the design on your car and he'll put it on a sublaminated shirt. You can get them in button down or a hoodie or the pullover one like I got. It's just, you know what I mean? Anybody needs that, I'll leave that up there for a few more seconds, but get a hold of me if you can't, or just go to his Facebook page of IR Design. He does a lot of stuff for pro stock stuff. He does a lot of car stuff, does a lot of offshore boat racing stuff. He's like pretty much the shirt guy for offshore racing. But I just want to give him a little shout out because he does take care of us every year on shirts as we need it. I think I talked to Tyler earlier. You're using the same whatchamacallit from PDRA. He does my regular shirts, ones that we sell. What I like about them is they come packaged and sized. Usually when I buy them from the local guy, I got like a box of, where's the mediums, where's the large, just like a little thing. It's got a sticker on it, tells me what it is. And I managed to give away more than I sell. So,
the way it usually happens.
Yeah, kids get, Celeste, like every time she sees a kid, she goes, oh, wait a minute, you want a shirt? And I'm like, they didn't even come over and look at the car. She's giving away shirts. It's good to have that stuff. Another thing for new guys is you take out parts. I find kids want used pistons, and it makes their day, or a rod. What are we going to do with them anyway? I mean, I ain't going to put it in another motor just because it might break or something. But other than that, all right, we're going to wind this down. It's going to be a short show tonight. The guy with all the questions is tied up with his, Chris is tied up with his daughter at the moment. He was on early, but he had to leave. But I want to appreciate. Thank you guys for coming on. Thank you for everybody for watching. Procoms, this wouldn't happen without the support of them. They support the show. And me, Procoms ELS out of Maryland. Wayne and his family. AMSOIL and Rail Battery, a few others, FTI converters and transmissions, obviously, is a big part of this for me. Anybody and everybody, and we're still looking for a class sponsor. If anybody knows anybody who wants to get in on that, that and first round low qualifier. We also need a low qualifier sponsor for that. So if anybody knows anybody, or if anybody listening wants to be involved in that as a class, we would greatly appreciate it. But other than that, I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Thank you guys for coming on, and we'll see you next week.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
having me.
All right.